Shavanlai. Okay, Shavanlai. Okay. So correct. Okay, Amal Raja told the correct answer. Okay, fine. So we want to write the notes of the topics that what we discussed in the morning. Ready with your writing material first. Writing materials, take it. Your notes. Complete that. So we want to finish this chapter in this week itself. I want to start the new one. Okay, so please write down. So the ideas are clear, right? So all these things are facts. Clear or not? Okay, historical facts. You have to learn these things perfectly. So there are chances are there for number of questions from this chapter. Okay, basically related with India-China relation, India-Pac relationship. Okay, so morning I give you a homework for you people to find out the names of or the name of the bodies, right? The McMahon line and the Radcliffe line, right? Right or not? Find it out and tell me tomorrow. Okay, come on, write down. Next topic is that distance from two camps completed? Distance from two camps. Yes, right? Okay, so write down Afro-Asian unity. Afro-Asian unity. Afro-Asian unity. So we know that India is against colonialism and basically started number of programs against these colonial countries, basically termed as the process termed as decolonization. What is that? Decolonization, right? Okay, and helped Indonesia and a number of African countries to attain or get independence. Okay, so Jawaharlal Nehru envisaged, write on, Jawaharlal Nehru envisaged ENVASAGED envisaged an important role for India in world affairs and especially in Asian affairs So we know that Jawaharlal Nehru's concept is nothing but Asian unity. All Asian countries wanted to unite, okay, and want to create a third world. Okay, so that's what the dream of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, so his era, next sentence, his era established the contacts between India and the states in Asia. India and the states in Asia and Africa. By convening conferences on Asian relations. By convening conferences on Asian relations in the year which year? Soon after independence. 1949. The same year, 1947. Okay, 1947. Okay. Okay, so Indonesia's freedom struggle in 1949. Indonesia's freedom struggle in 1949. Decolonization process. Morning I told you that what is this colonization, what is decolonization. Okay, so decolonization process, and engaged herself means India, and engaged herself in Bandung Conference. Check the spelling in the textbook. In the Bandung Conference. Bandung, Indonesia. Bandung Conference in 1955. So there are number of 1 mark questions are there. I told you in the morning. So mark that. 1955. With the newly independent. So Bandung Conference in the year 1955 with the newly independent Asian and African countries. Asian and African countries. Okay, so Bandung Conference in the year 1955. Okay, so Asia, African unity. Okay, clear? So completed. Next topic. Peace and conflict with China. PAC, okay, don't write PAEC. Peace, PAC. Peace and conflict with China. Okay, so write down the first point. Unlike its relationship with Pakistan, Free India began its relationship with China on a very friendly note. Full stop. After the Chinese Revolution in 1949, so the year of Chinese Revolution it is 1949. So China became a democratically developed country only after India's independence. Clear? So we became an independent country or democratic country in the year 1947 and China in the year 1949. But we want to remember one thing. Chinese economical development is far different from India, better than India, right? Okay, what made them to achieve such kind of development? We want to think about that. Clear or not? Maybe their policies, programs, a corruption-free government, okay, something like that. So you should think about that. Okay, so it is the second largest army in the world. Their weapons are world famous, right or not? Maybe notorious we can say. Their weapons, not famous but notorious. Okay, so write down. Okay, so after the Chinese Revolution in 1949, India was one of the first countries to recognize the communist government. So communist government in China, okay, it's a result of the Chinese Revolution. Can you tell me the first elected communist government that came into power? Almost all the communist government came to power not with a democratical setup. Okay, clear or not? Okay, they have not participated in any elections there. So communist governments that formed in the different part of the world or in different countries through revolutions. Clear? The only elected communist government. Any idea?
Sir, Kerala.
Very good, Amal. That's in Kerala. Clear or not? The first elected communist government in the world. Okay, the Kerala communist government. Year? Any idea? So Amal Raj will tell the thing tomorrow, right? Amal Raj. Okay, find it out and tell me. So that's a good answer. So I am pretty happy today. So two people, they give very good answers for the questions there. Okay, very good. Okay, Amal Raj. Next one. Okay, so write down. Communist government. Panchsheel, PANCH, comma, the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence. The 5 principles of peaceful coexistence. Peaceful coexistence. Okay, signed in the year 1954, April 29. Oh, that is signed in the year 1954. In bracket you can write April 29. So this treaty, the signed between, so continuation, I will say one more time, Panchshil, the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence, 1954, April 29. Between India and China was, 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 a stronger step towards friendship and relations. A stronger step towards friendship and relations. Friendship and relations. Okay, continue. Full stop. Now India and Chinese leaders, now comma, India and Chinese leaders, India and Chinese leaders, you know the name of the leaders, right? Chinese leaders visited each other's country, visited each other's country, visited each other's country, and were greeted by large friendly crowds, and were greeted by large friendly crowds. Clear? And were greeted by large friendly crowds. Next point. Next point. India and China began to conflict. India and China began to conflict. On annexation of Tibet. On annexation. ANNEXATION. Annexation on Tibet. Annexation on Tibet. Annexation of Tibet by which country?
China.
China, write down. Annexation of Tibet by China. And started controlling the Tibetan culture. And started controlling the Tibetan culture. Culture also, okay, controlling Tibetan culture also. Full stop. China claimed, understand the name of these places, okay, names here. China claimed Aksai Chin, okay, AKSAI, Aksai Chin, CHIN, Aksai Chin area and NEFA. What is the full form of NEFA?
Northeastern Frontier Agency.
Northeastern Frontier Agency. Okay, that's basically in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. So NEFA within the Indian territory. So these two areas are there, are the parts of India, but the Chinese government and Chinese military started claiming that. Okay, they want these regions. Okay, so Indian territory, which differences could not be resolved despite, could not be resolved despite correspondence and discussions. Correspondence and discussions. Correspondence and discussions. And led India to indulge in conflict. And led India to indulge in conflict. Okay, so that what we discussed in the morning session. So notes are there with you. Please read it. Okay. So not in the sense I reduced that paragraph or converted that paragraph into some points. Clear? So these points are very important too. Clear? Understand? So after the class you should read these notes and understand these things properly. The years, names. Okay. This is too important for us. So back to the textbook. So we discussed about the Tibetan issue, right? Okay, so there is one or two cartoons are there, Indo-China border. Okay, so cartoon reading is important. So I will ask about this in the next class. So just understand and write. Okay, interpret that, interpretation of these cartoons. Clear? Many are there. You can see here 1, 2, 3. One newspaper report also is here. Okay, that is related with okay, Krishna Menon. Okay, Menon goes. Next one. The Hindustan Times weekly edition, Chinese incursion, then about V.N. Krishna Menon. Okay, so Hindi Chini bye bye. It's a famous quotation by Indian National Congress. India China bye bye. Okay, brothers. India and China are brothers. So Amul's caricature, Hindi Chini bye bye. What do you mean by that? Okay, it's a Hindi terminology, right? So you have to find it out and tell me what Amul says here. Okay. What is Hindi? Chini? Bye? What is that? No idea. Okay. So just try to understand that. Okay. I will explain it in the next class if you are unable to get that answer. Okay. So Chinese invasion of 1962. Morning we read 2 paragraphs, right? Yes or no? 2 paragraphs completed. Here is the third one. Okay, so third also completed, related with the Cuban Missile Crisis at that time, 1962, right? So here it is, last paragraph. The China war determined India's image at home and abroad. India had to, that also completed, I think, right? Okay, fine, done. Okay, so just read it. Okay, next one, page number 73. Okay. Your assignment in this chapter is a movie termed as Hakikat. Okay, so want to observe. So reviews are available in the YouTube, right? Okay, shortcut method. Okay, you are unable to, you don't have that patience to see this movie for nearly 3 hours. Okay, so just to try to do that. Otherwise, just to find out the reviews. Okay, fast forward reviews are available. Just observe it clearly and write a movie review and submit by next or coming Monday. Okay, time is there. So just observe here. Tick that in the textbook. That is assignment. Okay. So next one, the Sino-Indian conflict. I mean the China-Indian conflict affected the opposition as well. This and the growing rift between China and the Soviet Union created irreconcilable differences within the Communist Party in India, CPI. So there is a problem for Communist Party of India. I want to stay with the Indian government or want to support the Communist government of China. Okay. So there is a problem. Sometimes the Congress Party leaders will use a term as this CPM or Communist Party in India, they are traitors. Why? What is the treachery? They supported the Communist government of China in the war period, it seems. Clear or not? They not supported Indian government. Instead of that, these people supported whom? The Chinese Communist government. Okay, I already told you that we are not the part of any particular political party. We are just observing and analyzing the situation. Clear? So it is Congress Party, they called CPM as traitors. Okay, the treachery is nothing but they supported the Communist government of China in the Indo-China war at the time of 1962. Okay, so that's a problem that created the problem for the ruling party. Okay, Nehru was criticized by his own ministry, right? Jawaharlal Nehru, he was criticized by his own ministry, and at the same time that created a problem for the opposition party also. They don't know where want to stand or which side want to stand. The pro-USSR faction remained within the CPI and moved towards closer ties with the Congress. Okay, so the USSR supporters, they stood with the Congress party. Okay, the group in the Communist Party of India, they are the supporters of USSR, they stood with the government, Indian government. Okay, the other faction was for some time close to China and was against any ties with the Congress. So one group stood with the Congress party, other they supported the Chinese communist government and moved away from the Congress. Okay, the party split in 1964 and the leaders of the latter faction formed the Communist Party of India, Marxist CPIM. In the wake of the Chinese war, many leaders of what became CPIM were arrested for being pro-China. So Communist Party divided. So we know that there are two factions are there for the Communist Party in India. One is a CPI, the other is CPIM, Marxist. Okay, CPI is the mother faction, okay, parent one, right, CPI. So in 1962, Communist Party divided, okay, CPI, that is a pro USSR, okay, they are the supporters of USSR, and other leaders who are supporting China, the supporters of China, they created another party called Communist Party of India, Marxist. Okay, in the year you can see that it's in the year 1964. And the leaders of the latter faction formed by the Communist Party of India, Marxist, CPIM. In the wake of the China war, many leaders of what became CPIM were arrested for being pro-China. So number of CPIM leaders at that time, okay, they were arrested by the Indian police or different police departments in different states. Okay, what is the reason? They are the supporters of the Chinese government. Okay, clear or not? They basically at the time of war, they supported China. The war with China alerted the Indian leadership to the volatile situation in the northeastern region. So the situation is not that good for India. Our military is not that much developed to fight against or defend the Chinese army. Okay, so they used the sophisticated weapons of that time, and the number of the soldiers in the army of China is also comparatively higher than India. Okay, apart from being isolated and extremely underdeveloped, the region also presented India with the challenge of national integration and political unity. So there is a question. So our government is unable to protect our territories. So question of state integrity or unity of the country. The government is failed to protect the boundaries. That's that created lots of problem for the government at that time. The process of its reorganization began soon after the China war. Nagaland was granted statehood. Manipur and Tripura, though union territories, were given the right to elect their own legislative assembly. So what happened in the northeastern states, the system is not that much good. Okay, it was very bad because there is no stable governments, state governments. Clear? The mechanism, administrative mechanism is not good at all. Okay, it was not good at all. So what happened? Soon after the Chinese war in 1962, number of new states formed in the northeast. Clear? And number of union territories become states, and they given powers to choose their own legislative members and to form governments. Is that clear? Clear or not? Okay, moving forward. So next topic, write down. So we will discuss wars and peace with Pakistan. Before that, one topic is pending. Okay, the Chinese invasion of 1962. The Chinese invasion of 1962. The Chinese invasion of 1962. Okay, so we are going to write the things that what we learned. We are reducing that into short points. Okay, so two developments strained the Indo-China relationship, full stop. China annexed Tibet. What do you mean the name annexation or annexed? What do you mean the name annexation? So Jhansi Rani fought against the British against the annexation of Jhansi by using doctrine of lapse. Remember that in junior classes you studied, class 8 you studied this. Okay, then what do you mean by annexation?
Capture or control.
Capturing a particular territory by using military forces. or armed forces. That's what annexation. So China annexed Tibet in 1950, annexed Tibet in the year 1950, 1950. Okay. And thus removed a historical buffer between two countries. So there is a historical hindrance is there, a historical boundary is there between Tibet and China. Tibet and China. Their culture, it is different. Even though people look alike, but their culture, it is different. Clear? So write down, no need to write what I told now, just repeating. China annexed Tibet in 1950 and thus removed a historical buffer between between two countries. A little earlier, a boundary dispute had surfaced. A boundary dispute had surfaced between India and China. Boundary dispute. Okay, dispute on territory. Okay, dispute on a territory emerged between India and China. Clear? Okay, why the Chinese government is that much sensitive about Tibet? Any idea? Any idea? Already we studied that we supported or we are supporting Dalai Lama and the people of Tibet. Clear? If Tibet received autonomy, self-power or self-administrative power, what will happen there? Definitely the Tibetan government will allow India to start some constructive activities in Tibet, right? Even India can install its missiles. Clear? Its army in Tibet, it will create a threat to whom? China. Okay, so it is a elevated area attacking from Tibet. Okay, we are able to attack China from Tibet. It's an elevated area. Clear? So simply if you are throwing a stone also, it will create a trouble for China. Clear? Understand? So it doesn't mean that Indian army going to and throwing stones at the border. Okay, Ashish Ben is laughing at that. Okay, so remember, that's what China is not interested to allow India in the Tibetan issue. Clear? Okay, that's the reason. That's the main reason. Okay, so why this Pakistan and China is trying to control these Himalayan mountain ranges? Reason? The same. Okay, it's an elevated area. Okay, strategical importance is there for this areas. So that's what Pakistan and China always trying to control those regions. Is that clear? Okay, fine. So next point. The main dispute was about the western and eastern end of the long border. The main dispute was about the western and the eastern end of the long border. About the western and eastern end of the long border. China claimed two areas within the Indian territory. China claimed two areas within the Indian territories. What are they? What are the two areas?
Arunachal Pradesh and Ladakh.
We already read that from the textbook. Check it that again. Askai Chin and
Ladakh.
No.
Jammu Kashmir.
No. Northeast.
NEFA.
That is NEFA. Okay, that are the two areas. Okay. Sneha? You things are clear? Yes. Okay. So that's it. Okay, so write down. Askai Chin area in the Ladakh region. Askai Chin area in the Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. So we know that Article 370 of 2019. Okay, what is that? Article 370 of 2019 So the constitution amended by the central government. Clear? What is that amendment? And made changes in Article 370. What is that? So there are special powers are there for Jammu and Kashmir. For Jammu and Kashmir, right? Not like other states. And that state had a separate constitution, right? No Indians or no other citizens from other states are able to purchase land in Jammu and Kashmir. Cannot. They are unable to purchase. Clear out. We are able to visit, but not able to purchase land in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. And at the same time, their government have some other special powers too. Clear or not? But as per the 370 article or amendment, clear, in 2019, the special powers of Jammu Kashmir is void. Clear? Suspended. And divide the state into Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, right? To different states or union territory. Tell me. Tell me. How many states are there in India? How many states are there in our country? Political science students, class 12. How many states are there? If I am asking this question to a 4th class student, he or she will say the answer within a second, blink of an eye. They will say. Tell me how many states are there? Confusion. That made the confusion. What? Special powers of Jammu Kashmir is void, suspended, and they divided into two. And what happened? What happened? Number of the states is reduced or increased?
Increased.
Increased. Okay, fine. So listen carefully. Okay, understand. Okay, IQ. Okay, is good. Everything is good, but general knowledge. Okay. So find out how many states are there in India. How many union territories also. Okay. Number of states and union territories. I want the answer tomorrow. Okay, increase it seems. Aishwarya. Okay. So find out the answer for tomorrow. I will ask. So fine, come back. Jammu and Kashmir and much of the state of Arunachal Pradesh, in what was then called NEFA. In what was then called NEFA, Northeastern Frontier Agency, NEFA. Okay. Between 1957 and 1959. Between 1957 and 1959. Okay. The Chinese occupied the Askaichin area and built a strategic road built a strategic road okay, strategic road there comma, differences could not be resolved. Clear? Differences could not be resolved. So what is the importance of construction of road in the border area? What is the importance? Road or rail, any transportation system? Tell me. Why these countries are giving that much importance of constructing roads in the border region? There is a special organization in India. What is that? The Border Road Organization to construct only roads in the border region. What is the importance of such kind of roads? Neha? Border roads. No idea?
Transportation of armies.
Transportation of what?
The soldiers.
Yes, very good, fantastic. So, easy transportation of arms and armaments along with the army people, right? The soldiers. Clear? So, most of the countries are giving more importance for construction of roads in the border region. So, China constructed that. Is that a threat to India? Is that the threat to India? They constructed a road in Askaichin region. Is that the threat or not?
Yes.
Amal Raj, are you there? Amal? Where is Ashish Benny? No idea. Okay, yes, it seems. Okay, fine. Next point. Next point. China launched, LIUNCGT, launched a massive swift invasion, SWIFT invasion, swift invasion in October 1962. Okay. So world witnessed one more crisis at that time. What was that? One another crisis related with the Cold War. What is that?
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, so the entire world observed what is going on there. Okay, between US and USSR. Okay, so China used this opportunity, clear or not, and they started a swift and organized attack in the Indian border. Okay, fine. So October 1962, on the disputed regions of Askaichin area, in the Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir, and much of the state of Arunachal Pradesh, in bracket NEFA. Okay, one more point. The China war dented. What do you mean dent? Okay. If you're using a hammer against an iron sheet, the hammer is able to create dents there. Now what is a dent? What is the dent? How can you express the term dent? So simple. The relationship between India and China worsened. It's become bad. That only. Okay. Nothing more than that. Dented. Okay. So write down. China war dented India's image at home and abroad. So government's image become bad in India and abroad because China attack. Okay, so write down. The China war dented India's image at home and abroad. Full stop. India had to approach the Americans and the British. For military assistance. To overcome this crisis. Okay, in the morning session I told you people, India and USSR at that time, India and USSR are in a good relationship, but India is unable to ask help for USSR. Okay, instead of that, they seek help from America and Britain. I already told you the reason. Clear or not? What is that? Both are socialist and communist countries. Okay, so Russia is not ready. So the government thought that Russia will not help India. Okay, they won't do that. Okay, clear or not? So that's it. So anything else? So again 3 more points are there from the same topic. Okay, so we will continue in the next session. Okay, So before that, so I want to read Asian-African relation, right? And Indo-China peace and war and pieces. War and pieces. Peace and war. Okay, next one. Okay, no, that much enough. Okay, the War of 1962. War of 1962 also. So there are number of books are available related with these wars there, right? Written by various soldiers. Government gazette reports are there. Okay, like there various informations are available related with the India-China war and Indo-Pak wars. Okay, if it is possible, try to get and read it and understand these things there. Okay, guys, the time to wind up the session. We will meet in the next class. Thank you very much.